Hey there, Zelda friends. If, like me, you've been struggling to find the location of the game's 18 memories, then the following video should help you out loads. Unless you want to find them for yourselves. In that case, turn this video off right now, because there'll be spoilers on the horizon. Now, 5 of these memories are story-based, so as long as you play through the main quest line, you'll find them eventually, so I'm going to ignore those. The others I'll be listing in memory order and not in the order they appear in the album, just in case that kind of thing bothers you. Alright, there's nothing more to say, so let's get remembering. You'll find Memory 1 located dead centre of the world map in the middle of the crumbled pillars of the Sacred Ground ruins. It's not that hard to find, but it can be really tricky to get to if you're low level. The central tower region is stuffed with guardians and other nasties. Try gliding in from the northwest and walking the final distance if you want the route of least resistance. Head due south from Memory 1 to find Memory 3 on the west bank of Colomo Lake. That's just north of the Great Plateau, which is the game's starting area, so it's not that difficult to get to. If you're having trouble finding it in the long grass though, just keep an eye out for the ruins of Colomo Garrison in the distance. If you can see them from where you're standing, the memory should be close by. Memory 5 can be found on the western edge of the map, just in front of the Tena Kossas shrine in the ancient columns area of the Tabantha frontier. The best way to get here is to glide south from Tabantha Tower to Piper Ridge, then glide south again from there and finally climb up the cliff face. Make sure you've got your bucket and spade handy for Memory 7, as it's located along the main road that runs through the Gerudo Desert. It's pretty easy to find if you just follow the road that leads from the Gerudo Desert Gateway. Stop by the Karakara Bazaar, located halfway between the entrance to the desert and Gerudo Town, and you'll find it just by the northeast edge of the oasis. You might want to put on some climbing gear for Memory 8. It's a little tricky to get to, as it's sat atop a rocky outcrop to the southwest of Death Mountain. If you've already discovered Woodland Stable, head there first and you can follow a road north that goes up the foot of the mountain. Follow that, then climb up a couple of cliffs and you'll be reminiscing in no time. Southeast of Solari Hill is where you'll find the location of Memory number 9. If you've already unlocked Ridgeland Tower to the southwest of that location, it's fairly easy to reach this memory by throwing yourself off the top and gliding to the northeast. Plop yourself down between the 2 bodies of water and you'll find it next to a lovely big tree. Memory 11 is another one that's not too far away from the Great Plateau. This one is found along the side of Hylia River opposite Scouts Hill. To get there, head to Proxim Bridge and follow the river south until you spot the memory on the cliffside next to a big tree and a bunch of mossy rocks. Right, this next one is probably the most difficult to reach as it's located just outside Princess Zelda's study in the grounds of Hyrule Castle. Luckily, there's a sneaky way to avoid most of the dangers, as long as you have the Zora armour in your inventory. To get to Memory 12, head to the northeast side of the castle and take the waterfalls to the very top, where there's a rocky outcrop to your right. Head right around the back of the castle, sprint past the turret guardian on the wall to avoid its laser, and you'll eventually come to a sheltered pathway. Climb onto the outside wall and then up the cliff using the ledges as a place to rest. Do that until you come to the top and the back of the sanctum area of the castle. Make your way around the body of the castle, and on the west side you'll see a tall turret that stands apart from the castle itself. This is Princess Zelda's study, and from this vantage point you can glide down onto the walkway in front of it where the memory is located. The Akalar Valley is your next stop for Memory 13. It's set in the middle of the Spring of Power and can be easily reached if you head east from the East Akalar Stable. Once you reach the spring, you'll find the memory on a plinth in front of the water. Memory 14 is nae joke. You'll find it in front of this horse statue in the Sanadin Park ruins, just south of the Ridgeland Tower region. It's fairly simple to reach, just trot straight down the road that cuts through the Nima region and you'll come across it eventually. Lanayru Road is the location of Memory 15. Lanayru? Am I saying that right? Yeah, who cares? You can get there on horseback if you head eastwards from Kakariko village via the Fairy Fountain. Otherwise, if you've discovered it already, just fast travel to the Jitan Sami Shrine on Mount Lanayru and glide east to where the valley opens up. Memory 16 here is right in the middle of a forest, underneath a cliff just north of the bottomless swamp. Your best bet to grabbing this quickly is to warp to Wetlands Stables Kayawan Shrine to the north, and then just follow the river straight down. The final non-story memory is Memory 17, and you'll only be able to reach this once you've captured all the other non-story memories and spoken to Impa, who will give you the clue of its location from a painting on the wall. To find it, head west of Har Dahamar Shrine and Dueling Peak Stable, and towards Hateno Fort through the Sea of Ruined Guardians. The memory will be found close to the centre of the battlefield. Now, if you've done all of these and collected all the story memories, you might find you're still missing a memory. This is because the final memory, Memory 18, is unlocked when you collect the Master Sword from the Lost Woods. Aoife will show you how to do that in the video that's on screen now, but maybe save that until last, as it's chronologically the final memory of the game. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this guide useful. Goodbye.